Anime. Yeah, somebody asked like why they're being so dramatic about death. It's, you know, part of it is it's a video game. That's kind of the answer to everything, really. But you know, I imagine it'd be kind of free. My theory on is that to some extent they kind of are connected to like what's going on. You know, like with their characters and stuff. Like I know it's just like a essentially a VR headset and a controller, but I wonder if there's like some kind of like feeling sensor or something. I don't know. But you know, that's neither here nor there. I think part of it is just it's a video game, so go with it.
What an idiot.
Yeah, he's kind of Orin-ish, I guess. Same sort of character archetype, at least, definitely.
Huh? The terror of death!
It's a sale! The PKK!
What?
Anime! Sorry, I'm going to keep saying that. I don't know where he gets this ability. That's not an ability that you ever get in the game, as far as I know. At least that I can remember. I mean, this is extremely anime, like... And yes, there are a lot of weapons in this game that have like the spinning saw blades on the end of them. That's like their favorite thing.
I'm surprised. I didn't think you'd be that strong. I guess this means that the rumor about you killing 100 PKers wasn't a lie after all. Hey, come on, don't look at me like that. Here, let me apologize. So just take it easy, calm down, and die!
Do you know Tri-Edge?
What did you say?
He's a legendary PK shrouded in blue fire. They say players that get killed by him never come back to the game.
Huh? Oh, come on now. Don't tell me you actually believe that crap. Those old forum fairy tales. So, you think you can go up against me, the great Bordeaux, and just walk away like nothing happened?
Did I mention saw blades?
Yeah, I think I can.
Edgy. I gotta say, just like seeing all of this stuff like in 1080p and widescreen and no letterboxing, It's just, I don't know, it feels really good because I remember it like reminds me the first time I played through this game as a kid.
So it's you, the character that stinks of death. The terror of death. You're the PKK, Haseo. Players who kill other players are disgraceful. And I agree it's terrible how PKs can just strut around the world so easily these days. But is it right that you PKKs have chosen to use brute force to stop them?
I don't have time for this. Not now.
You have no authority, and it earns you nothing. So why? I am the leader of Moon Tree's Unit 2. My friends call me Sakaki, and I'm afraid I cannot overlook your actions.
Did you say Moon Tree? What's that? The name of a guild? Sorry, Sakaki, but I've already got enough friends. Thanks.
Do you always interrupt people like that? You know, Sakaki wasn't finished talking to you yet.
Shino.
Atali, do you know this person?
No?
Atali.
It's not unusual to meet players with similar characters in an online game like this. Just a case of mistaken identity.
Hey, you. Why don't you just... Huh? A text message. Delta Hidden Forbidden Waterfall. Waiting at RK Keln. But who sent it? Ovan!
Just hold on a moment. Why don't you stop acting like a complete fool? Remember what you PKKs are trying to do. If you succeed, you'll be no different from the PKs themselves.
I don't think we ever actually get control during any of this. I'm pretty sure this is basically all video.
It's been a long time, Haseo. Or maybe I should call you the Terror of Death. You've gotten quite strong, a lot stronger than you were back then.
Well, I was forced to become stronger. Thanks to you. You, where have you been?
Haseo, always the reliable one. I knew I could count on you.
Dramatic walk by.
When the Twilight Brigade broke up, why didn't you come then? What have you been doing the last 6 months?
I was busy. It was such a small seed. I needed to find out what was growing inside. And there was only one way to find out. That's why I decided to raise it.
You raised it? What are you talking about, Ovan?
I'm speaking figuratively.
Oh, really? I never would have guessed.
When you suddenly disappeared, we all just... Why did you disappear like that? After that, Shino...
Haseo, do you want to know about Tri-Edge?
Do you know Tri-Edge?
You know Tri-Edge?
6 months now, and Shino hasn't come back to the world since Tri-Edge killed her. Meanwhile, the real-life Shino is lying in a coma, and no one seems to know the reason why. Tri-Edge. He is not a normal PK.
So you knew about Shino?
Yes, but that's all that I know. But if you were able to find Tri-Edge, you might learn something about Shino's coma. You may also learn more about what really happened that day. And if you were somehow able to defeat Tri-Edge,
Then maybe Shino would come out of the coma.
if my information is correct, he will be back today at the scene of the crime.
The scene of the crime? You mean...
Delta Hidden Forbidden Holy Ground.
That's 4 words, actually.
Place where Shino was killed.
Sorry, this is serious.
The Whole Grand's Cathedral. Yes, finally. I'll get my chance. I swear I'll bring Shino back. I'll do it, Ovan.
Yes. You and I. We're the only ones who could possibly bring her back.
We're the only ones. Ovan?
I'll meet you at the Holy Ground. There are some things I must do.
Some things. So yeah, this is the cryptic dude who knows everything and proceeds to tell us very slowly in a way we couldn't possibly understand.
He will be back today at the scene of the crime.
Tri-Edge is coming here.
Anime. Sorry. He's perfectly on the level. There's quite a lot of bloom in this game, though. It kind of always was, though. It was that way in the PS2 also. I feel like back then it was kind of to cover up the graphics a little.
A girl here.
A girl?
That's right. She was called Aura.
I wonder, why'd she disappear?
Who knows? Maybe she just lost her interest. Lost hope for this world.
What's that sound? Is that Tri-Edge? You bastard!
Yeah, something you definitely recognized if you played the original games. No, he is not a clown. Well, at least you made him use his other hand.
Damn. What the hell? What the hell are you? This guy killed Shino. It's not over yet!
Oh no, it's the attack that takes off all my clothes. This isn't Twitch appropriate. Oh hey, we're on our computer.
Huh? What the? I was fighting Tri-Edge. But then...
Now I live on a desktop.
Damn it, I can't remember. Huh? I don't remember doing that. Reformatted? What's going on? What about my
emails? Bold emails. What about my emails?
Huh? What the hell? I would never delete these. They're all gone. Even the emails I got from Shino.
I have nothing. I have no friends.
Everything's been reformatted.
He's acting like this is a big deal, but actually he just never had any friends to begin with.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, an email.
An email? Fine, let's take a look.
As that is what you do with emails.
Ovan?
Two paths before you. One of these lead to safety and shame. It's a path where you give up the world, never log in again. The other path leads to peril and pride. It is a path where you continue the world and resume your search for the truth. The other path is torturous, threaten both your mind and body, you know, normal stuff. You don't have to welcome me again. I've already been welcomed once. Thank you for the sentiment, though.
Trial and truth. Whether or not I should quit the world? You should know better, Ovan. I'm gonna go back to the world. And then, I'm gonna get Shino back, no matter what.
So, all my joking aside, that was a bit of a serious scene where we did kind of learn, you know, the backstory and his motivations and all that. Shino, one of his old friends, PK'd by this Tri-Edge character. Ended up in a coma in real life and is not logged into the game, so... let's check out the news. What's happening in news? Free streaming. Hey, I'm doing that. I guess could I? Okay, yeah, one of these is actually available. I guess I could watch this. I normally don't bother with these because I kind of hate these a little bit. They're also like 4.5 minutes each. At least this one is.
Welcome to Online Jack.
So this is essentially kind of like just backstory, like what's happening in the real world news sort of thing.
Syndrome. Have you heard of it? It's the mystery illness that's spreading like wildfire among grade schoolers. It causes verbal and mental defects.
I feel like he shouldn't be this jolly about describing this.
Right. This disease turns children into lifeless dolls. Oh no! But we'll fight back. To combat this earth-shattering crisis, we at Online Jack started an investigation. I, Salvador Ihara, will save the world!
Yeah, so this isn't really my thing if we're being completely honest, but you know, doll syndrome, it's a thing that's happening. If you want to watch those, they're in the game. I'm not going to sit here and like stream every single one of them as they come up or anything. So, you know, some news article here. Most of this is pretty much just fluff, you know, kind of background, what's happening in the world sort of stuff. Occasionally there are some things worth reading, but you know, there's a lot of stuff like new space station and citizen numbering system and stuff that like I kind of don't really need that much. you know, maybe some of this like death by gaming sort of thing you might want to read just for the fun of it, but I think, yeah, there's even like other topics. See, there's a lot of stuff here that you can read if you really wanted to. And like this little headset thing here, this M2D, I think that's like the technology that they're supposed to be using to be like playing these games and stuff. So you can see they're all just kind of sitting around with controllers sort of thing. So that's the control scheme. Doesn't really explain why they're so dramatic about death and all of that, but you know. There's also community forums. All kinds of categories here. This Opkalu here is just kind of like an art forum. And if you browse these things, you can get like, you know, little pieces of art that people post and you can view them and you can download the wallpaper and then like put it on your desktop. So, you know, there's a ton of these we can go through. There's a ton of, some of this becomes relevant. There is occasionally like story related stuff in here, but those are always clearly marked. And most of this is just kind of people arguing about whether there should be a PK system. And then there's other things like these which are kind of tutorial sort of things like helpers. It's like, oh, you can get this item here, and then that gets added to your word list sort of thing. So, you know, we can go through all these if you want somebody talking about missing the old version of the world. Yeah, some of them are FSAO. There are, there's pretty much like fan art, quote unquote, of just about every like major character in the game that you can scroll through in there. The rumors board is sometimes pretty interesting. Crimson Verses is not really a thing that we need to like worry about at all right now. And so if you want to read some of the backstory, you know, there's this Forest of Pain thing. I think, yeah, there's a show all button. We can just view the thread here. You know, there's an area that's sealed off. Players that participate in the Forest of Pain quest are known to disappear. So, you know, stuff like this you can read if you want. I think in the interest of streaming, I'm going to be sort of keeping things moving a bit. So we're not going to spend too much time in there unless stuff is like actually required or whatever. You know, I can view some movies. We've got, this is where we can change like the background music if we unlock stuff and some of the background stuff. And we got that one that we unlocked. And we're not going to put that on the background because that is a weird picture. So we can also save here, which I guess we might as well. And we'll just hop back in. And then there's more forums, if for some reason you didn't get enough. Medic Union, see some of these guys around. This is all stuff that you'll sort of encounter naturally. You know, monsters that runs away, Big Chim Chim, the dark guy, PK'd me. Playing in a group, soloing, there's a lot of tutorial stuff, especially in here, like, I can't see my map, and it's like, oh, you just have to hit the map button. So, stuff like that. And the official site has, like, even more news stuff. You know, lore, factions. So, I mean, this is all the stuff that you would see in, like, an actual online game if you were to, like, visit their website and go into, like, all the lore sections and stuff. Here's all the factions and the races, and, like, all this lore is in here if that's really your thing. And also talks about like the jobs and all that stuff, so you can really dig pretty deep into this stuff. But again, for the purposes of streaming, I think we're going to continue the action moving here. And if you want to dig into all that stuff, well, this game's what, like $50? It's out for PS4 and out on Steam. Yeah, it's essentially trying to be an actual MMO, and it does a pretty good job actually of keeping the illusion up most of the time.
What's going on? Why is my equipment different? What the? I'm back at level 1?
Back at level 1.
What about my items? My member list? My equipment? Gone. It's all gone. My whole character has been completely reformatted.
Hey, did you see that guy just now? With the really weird arm? Totally.
Arm?
Arm? What's an arm?
A Ovan? He would know something about this.
Speaking as somebody who has played a lot of an MMO, namely Final Fantasy XIV, I would quit the game if my character got completely sympathetic. Yeah, I'm way faster. Look how much faster I am than these people. You were always faster than them, but this is a bit ridiculous. So yeah, we're all back to level 1. We didn't get to play as good Haseo, the Terror of Death, or anything. We will actually eventually get stronger than that, though. We will reach that point. He says what level he was at some point, and we will eventually pass that in like the 3rd disc.
I don't think I've seen a design like that.
I didn't look that closely.
Something's wrong with my vision.
I saw
Everything's
it head
blurry.
towards the harbor. Maybe I'll go get a closer look.
So we can explore the town a little bit here. I don't know how much we can actually do. I guess we can buy from... These are essentially like guild shops. We'll learn more about it later, of course, but like guilds can put up items for sale, and sometimes you can find stuff in here at like a lower price than like merchants if they sell them in other places. But I generally also tend to... There's a lot of this that I kind of just tend to ignore most of the time because you can get by just fine without going like spending every single trip to town checking out all the guild shops and all that. Is this way, right? Yeah. And we can also talk to all these people if we want. They'll say stuff. He's called Blue Eye Samurai. And yet nobody believes that we are actually Haseo. What do you got, man? Got anything good? No? Garbage? Okay. Carry out more items, bud. Oh, there it is. My map is gone. I'm like that guy in the forums.
Oh my god, that player looked really hot!
Like, totally.
Really? I thought he looked kinda creepy. So, you like guys that look like that?
Where'd he go?
I think he went down that alley.
Hey, this Blue Eye Samurai again. What are you doing back here? These teleport points are what these little green orbs are. I don't think we can actually use them yet. Yep. Yeah, but Barb, you're not back at level 1. Level 60 to 70 is a bit different than 1 to 70.
Damn, it's those player killers.
They're still alive. I thought I killed them.
It's not much of a challenge when they're so pathetically weak.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Fighting those noobs is making us all rusty.
That rogue that we fought the last time, he really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, not that bad. I just killed every single person in your area, but...
Hell yeah. There is no way in hell I can back down after what happened last time.
Yeah, you even get faster experience now.
Yes,
it's not that
ma'am.
bad.
Wait, what the hell am I hiding for? Why do I have to hide from bastards?
It's not really
like
like a permadeath type of thing. That kind of brings the whole thing. I don't really know why PKing is such a big deal, because like clearly you don't like actually die and there's no actual penalty for it. So I don't know. I guess it's just an inconvenience thing. But again, the real answer is it's a video game. So
What the hell's going on?
Gaspard, are you okay?
Oh, huh? What happened?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Hey, are you a new player?
You're a noob?
you're not going to try to kill me too, are you?
Oh,
I can see through you.
I'm sorry. I guess I must
I
have
see those
scared you,
vicious
huh?
looks behind your eyes.
Hell no, I'm not a noob. I'm the terror of death.
And this is where Haseo being an idiot really starts.
What?
What? Wait, are you talking about the famous PKK Haseo?
Oh, you're a player killer killer. I knew I'd heard about him somewhere before. But I'm pretty sure the player's name was Haseo.
Same thing,
sure?
dude.
Definitely. Yep.
Hey, look. It's me. I'm the real PKK Haseo.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to gain more levels before you can say anything like that.
What? Hey.
If you're a noob, we'll be happy to teach you.
So essentially, like, the entire rest of the first disc is Haseo being extremely insecure about everyone thinking he's not Haseo.
Canard.
Noob Support Guild?
It's a guild that teaches noobs all they need to know to become top players.
We're actually pretty famous, you know.
Oh yeah, I need to give you our member addresses first. Here.
Yeah, there's kind of a, what he said, like, so many people are PKing. Like, I think the general idea, maybe if we had read that, like, thread about PKing, it would go a little more into it, but I think the idea is just, like, it's completely running rampant in the game and, like, ruining the experience for people.
To get mixed up with a bunch of weirdos. I even lost sight of Ovan. Anyway, right now, I've got to level back up to become the terror of death.
All right, start the 100 level grind. Let's go.
Hang out with them for a little while longer.
Look, it doesn't mean that they'll join just because you invite them to. Were you listening to me?
How do you convey the winky face?
I was listening.
You were? Really?
Yes, really. Anyway, come on. You're gonna teach me the basics, right? So hurry up and let's move on to the next lesson.
Okay, then
The thing
let's
you'll
go
find
there.
about voice actors for things like this is that they work in everything. Like, you come across the same people, especially in kind of these, like, anime-based, you know, sort of games. Like, there's just such a small pool of people that just work on, like, every single game and piece of media. I don't know most of them because, again, that's not really something that I'm super familiar with, but between games, there are some, you know, games that I can start to notice that sort of thing. So this is where they're going to teach us to use the teleport points. So we'll just head up here to the dome. But, like, even just in video games in general, like, you run across a lot of the same people. You know, you play a new game and you think, this sounds a lot like this other person from this other game. And it's like, yeah, it's the same voice actor, and also they've been in, like, 100 other games. Like, they do an incredible amount of work.
This is the Chaos Gate.
Oh, it's the Chaos Gate?
You can input 3 different types of words into...
I know that.
I know that.
Okay, well then, a good area for a noob is...
Delta Peaceful Leading Freedom. That should be a good place to start.
So, it's also a store over here that I didn't check out the first time. It's not really anything... I also don't have any money, so that's that caramel sauce. More as... It's less SP, I guess, for slightly less money, but we've got Sprite Drops. So let's go ahead and resave just in case something happens. And we have... Oh, we crossed over the hour mark a little while ago. Of course, the first, like, 10 minutes of that was me sitting there trying to resize all my scenes to be 1280 by 720. So we can also just access the bookmark this time. We used to have to put them in with the area words, and this time we have at least a few other words. There's still a lot less choice than it actually looks like. But we can just get it from the bookmark this time. This is that one that they gave us on the forum where we could get Olm shells, so for some reason we want one of those. Yeah, and they take us to this area that's actually level 3. The monsters are slightly strong at your current level. Like, are you sure you guys know what you're doing?